So if you love the note of Oud, you have to do your nose a favor and try Oud Imperial by the house of Perris Monte Carlo. So let's go ahead and review this fragrance. Hey, what's going on guys? Hunter here and welcome back to my channel. And if you are new, what I do is I make fragrance related content. So if you love fragrances, go ahead and smash the subscribe button down below. But that is right guys, we're reviewing Oud Imperial by Perris Monte Carlo. Now this is actually kind of like a hidden gem niche house in my opinion, but you can actually find these obviously on their website. You can also get them at like Saks Fifth Avenue and Neiman Marcus and stuff like that. But after trying this one, man, I'm so curious about the other offerings because trust me, this is a good Oud fragrance, especially for those Oud lovers. But let's go over some information really quick. So this fragrance was launched in 2012, so it has actually been around for around 10 years now, which is kind of surprising because I've never heard of either this fragrance or the house until just recently. Now the perfumer behind this, I've never heard of him either, but it is Luca Maffei, I believe. I might be pronouncing that wrong, but forgive me for that, but that is the perfumer behind this fragrance. And the retail price for like a 100 ml bottle like I have here is gonna run you for $190. So it is fairly expensive, but it's not too expensive like Creeds and stuff like that, Mason and French, Kirk Johns. So it is sort of reasonable for a niche fragrance and especially for the quality of this fragrance, which we'll talk later in the video. But I do also wanna mention that this fragrance was sent out for a review. I talked to them and I actually picked which fragrance I wanted, and of course I had to go with Oud Imperial because I love Oud. You guys know that if you're familiar with my channel, and I love trying different houses Ouds and see how they actually do them and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely had to go with this one here, but I'll leave their link down below where you'll be able to purchase this fragrance. And yeah, definitely check them out because they have a bunch of other offerings. But let's go ahead and look at the packaging and presentation of Oud Imperial now. In the top notes, you're gonna get caraway and jasmine. In the middle notes, you're gonna get oud, incense, patchouli, and saffron. In the base notes, you're gonna get blackwood, labdanum, vetiver, sandalwood, and cedarwood. Wow, just look at that note breakdown, guys. It has three of my all-time favorite notes, which is oud, incense, and patchouli. And guess what? All three of those fragrances are dominant in this fragrance here. So let's go ahead and spray this and I'll give you my initial smell from the first opening here. So let's test out the atomizer as always. Great atomizer. I don't think it's not pressurized, but it does give out quite a bit of mist. So let's go ahead and smell this off the test strip here. Wow. This is exactly how I like my oud and how I picture oud should smell. So with Oud Imperial, you do actually get quite a bit of saffron. You do get like a spicy saffron along with the caraway in here. But also, of course, you get that oud. And the oud, like a lot of oud fragrances, the oud is kind of like a supporting note, so to say. This one is straight up front. And the oud is very earthy, very woody, of course, but also it comes across very barnyardy, very exotic. Oh, I love this kind of oud. How does this fragrance actually comes across to me? I actually do have kind of like a memory associated with this sort of this fragrance here, with how the oud's coming across at least. It kind of smells like a dry sauna. I don't know if you guys ever been in a sauna, but you get that like kind of like musty, kind of woody kind of smell, and that's how this fragrance actually reminds me. Because I actually had a friend that had a sauna in the basement, and you know how basements can usually be like dark, moist, damp, musty, kind of like that. Alongside the sauna, that is how this fragrance smells to me, and I just love it so much. Of course, you have that black wood too, which might be playing a role in that kind of scent profile that I'm picking up and have an associate with. But I'm not sure how black wood smells like. I think it comes across like an earthy wood as well, kind of like oud. But I haven't actually smelled many fragrances with black wood in it. Now also, of course, you have that smoky incense in here as well. Very resinous, very smoky. And of course, patchouli. Oud, incense, and patchouli, some of my three favorite notes. Probably my top 5 favorite notes, those 3 would be in there. Patchouli is very green, very earthy, maybe a little bit minty. Just so good. This note breakdown, like if I were to make a fragrance, trust me, this note breakdown will be kind of similar to what I would actually come up with in my head. Amazing. And of course you have that jasmine, which I love jasmine, because jasmine, it's a very nice white floral that can kind of come across a little bit dirty. If you've ever actually smelled jasmine essential oil, like just like pure jasmine, man, it is absolutely heavenly. In here, the jasmine's definitely not dominant, but you can pick it up if you're actually looking for it, so to say. If I'm looking for a jasmine, I can smell it in the background. Now, this fragrance isn't necessarily the most complex fragrance. It is kind of linear from the opening to the dry down. In the opening, of course, like I said, you have the oud, you have the patchouli, you have the incense, you have the saffron, and also the caraway as well, just giving a little bit of spiciness. It dries down to very similar. The patchouli, incense, and oud stays within the fragrance the whole lifespan of it. But as it dries down, you do get more of like a regular woodiness, such as like the cedar wood, creamy sandalwood, and an earthy vetiver, grassy earthy vetiver in here as well. But yeah, this is how oud should be done. I don't really like my ouds to be clean, like soapy ouds, no. Because oud is supposed to be dirty, it's supposed to be barnyardy, sort of like moldy animalic. That's how oud should be. Because that's what it is. It's pretty much a rotten tree that has become infected and starts growing mold and stuff like that in it. And when you think of like an infection, a rotten or moldy, you think of like a barnyardy, and that's what this fragrance is. Honestly, it's not the most daring because of the other aromas in this fragrance with the saffron, the patchouli, notes like that. It makes it kind of, it's not crowd pleasing, but it is a fragrance you can still wear around people and they won't necessarily be like, wow, what do you got on, man? That stinks. No, don't think of it like that. It's just a very exotic fragrance. That's how I can describe it, is exotic. The reason why I love oud so much is because of it. It is exotic, it's rare, it's kind of like expensive. It's like a gem in my opinion. And it just takes you back to like thousands of years ago, back in like Bible times. Yeah, because oud, if you didn't know, they used oud in the Bible back like 4,000 years ago. It was actually called aloes. That's another word for oud. You have agarwood, you have aloe wood, you have oud, of course. And many people don't know that, but that's why I think of it like a holy, royal kind of note. And this is exactly how it should smell. But yeah, that's pretty much the scent profile. What I get in here is like a dry sauna, earthy, woody, barnyardy. Just absolutely amazing from the house of Perris Monte Carlo. They actually have another oud in their lineup that I would love to try and kind of see how it compares to Oud Imperial, and if it has the same kind of oud that's in here, which I assume it would be. And also, guys, this actually smells like a very natural oud. This does not smell synthetic whatsoever. So I think they are actually using natural oud. And also, just to touch on, look at this bottle. This bottle is just incredible. It has their logo all the way around it. I love the black and gold aesthetic they're going for. Definitely fits the scent profile behind this fragrance. Very like Middle Eastern and stuff like that. And I also appreciate that they did not throw in rose, because rose oud is so oversaturated in the fragrance community. Or no, not really the fragrance community, but just in fragrances in general. Just way overdone. Now, I do appreciate that for this fragrance because it does come across as very unique. I don't have any other oud fragrances quite like this one. As you guys can see from the note breakdown, there's no citruses, there's not really any, well, I guess there's not really any florals or anything like that besides the jasmine. But yeah, love this stuff. But as far as age groups go, definitely more gentlemanly mature, 100%. If you're a teenager, you shouldn't be rocking this one, at least, unless you just love fragrances, you collect fragrances like a lot of us do, then yeah, you can definitely pull it off. But if you're just like your typical high schooler, yeah, this is not gonna be a fragrance you're gonna wanna try. Trust me, it just doesn't really fit that scenario. Of course, you wear whatever you want, but when I picture a scenario behind this fragrance, it's more of a mature fragrance without a doubt. As far as occasions go, definitely dress this one up. This is kind of like a classy, sophisticated fragrance. Wear this one if you're wearing like a suit and tie, if you're going to a formal event, even church. This would fit a church setting perfectly as well because of the incense, because of the oud. Do not wear this one if you're going on a date, nothing like that. It might come across a little bit too strong, a little bit too like daring, I would say. It's not really like a fragrance that your date would like, in my opinion. Wear this one if you're on like a third date with them and you kind of want to surprise them. But yeah, as far as if this fragrance is masculine, unisex, or feminine, I would say that this fragrance does lean towards the masculine side because, like I said, it's very spicy, very earthy, very woody, kind of barnyardy. And I don't really see like women really liking to wear this one. They probably would recommend this on their man at least, but it does have that saffron and jasmine as well, but just leans more masculine. So that's what I would say for it. As far as seasons, 100% fall and winter. And also this stuff is very, very potent, but just stick to the fall and winter, the colder months. Maybe the spring evenings as well, but stay away from like those hot 100-degree summer days. Do not wear this one if you're going to like a pool or a beach, nothing like that, of course. But yeah, spring evenings, fall and winter is the main seasons for this fragrance. As far as performance goes for Oud Imperial, I actually got above average performance from here, about 10 hours longevity, easily gets you through a work shift and pretty much lasts throughout the entire day. Projection, very good projection, very good sillage. It's definitely over our arm's reach from my testing. And yeah, you will get noticed with this one. This will turn heads. But that's pretty much going to wrap up my review of Oud Imperial by Perris Monte Carlo. Let me know if you haven't actually heard of this house, or if you have heard of this house, and if you've tried anything from them, or if this is the first time you've heard of them. Definitely let me know down below because they are worth checking out, especially Oud Imperial. But yeah, leave a like on the video if you did enjoy it. Subscribe if you guys haven't already, and I'll catch all you guys in the next fragrance upload. Take care, everybody.